Nice. Okay. Oh, the lighting in here is nice. All right. Okay, I can see myself doing a live in here. Hey guys, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's Marlene. She's looking slimmer. Collarbones on fleek. All right, my people. This is actually nice. I could do a live here like this. Okay. Go iPhone. Go iPhone. It's your birthday. What color would be a nice color over there? I don't know. Is that nice? I don't know, whatever. Okay, let's leave it at that. Hey guys, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's Marlene. Hey, 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 hey. How are you? Look at you. Look at me with the fur skin, with the bear skin. So what's up, my people? What's up? What's up? Today is Thursday. Today's Thursday. Hope you're doing well. Please don't forget, check out my Fear Crusher course. Sign up for the Fear Crusher course because you need it. Because y'all love to send me DMs. Yeah, go get the course, sis, and it's going to help you a whole lot. You're going to enjoy the course, okay? So sign up for the Fear Crusher course. It's $40. Link in the description box. Or the other description box also have it. Oh, go ahead, Lexi. I know that's right. I know that's right. Okay, which one did you sign up for, Lexi? Fear Crusher or the Money Mindset course? So there's Fear Crusher course, and then there's also the Money Mindset. Woo! I'm gonna come on every day and promote these courses every day. Okay, because y'all need it, and I need it too, and I need to grow. Okay, so today's video is going to be about why are you afraid to ask? Why are you afraid to ask? So I was just on the Fear Crusher one. Okay, cool. I'll do another upload on Sunday. So I just got the phone with someone. She's also from the Ivory Coast, just like me, right? But then I spoke to another one. I spoke to Yvette this morning. I spoke to Ladybug. Spoke to her this morning. Then I have another friend who was asking me for something because she needs like $1,000 or whatever. So we're working on that. But you know what, ladies? Let me tell you something. And gentlemen also, because I do have fellas who follow me. Hey guys, what's up? But I do want to say something, right? Oh, and even on Twitter, because I follow this like thread on Twitter of like venture capital kind of stuff. And this young lady, she's a Black girl. She was posting about, oh, like, you know, she's afraid or she's hesitant to ask for more money. Because, you know, usually like people will tell you, oh, if you're trying to start a business, you should try to secure your funds from like friends and family. So she was something to that extent. And it was about like asking. And she was like, she doesn't know if she's hesitant to ask. I'm like, yeah, you're hesitant to ask, right? Because a lot of times, if not the majority of the time, right? Black women, Black people. Oh, you see, she sent me a message to say thank you. Oh, you see, that's what I do. This is what I do. I motivate people. Je motive, je motive, je motive. So, oh, you know, I don't go on Twitter a lot. Can you tweet me again? Tweet me. I'll tweet. I'll see it. I don't go on Twitter a lot because Twitter always turns into drama. So Twitter scares me. Oh, girl, I have so much respect for Twitter. I don't mess with it. I just go and I just lurk, and I might retweet. So say if you tweet me and say, Marnie, can you please follow me back? So I'll do it. Promise. Okay. So one thing we've learned, because I also had the same issue, you guys, and I talk about that in the Money Mindset course. Please make sure you sign up for the Money Mindset. It's a membership. It's $20 a month. You'll love it. You need it. Okay. So we are really taught as Black people, right? No, they have no problem. Yo, the Nigerian posse on Twitter. Yo, the Nigerians ain't nothing to play with on Twitter. These people are some savages. Girl, oh my gosh. I was like, ooh. No, the SARS thing was life. It was everything. But you know, when you're Black, you know, tant que personne noire et tout, I'm going to do like bilingual, right? But when you're Black, you're really raised to be self-sufficient, right? Black people are raised to be self-sufficient. You got to be self-sufficient. You have to be a strong Black person, right? You have to be super, super smart, do everything super, super well. And then on top of that, you're also like raised or trained to not be an inconvenience to other people. Like you shouldn't be an inconvenience to other people. And that's why you have to be very self-sufficient, right? So we grow up like that. Oh, I shouldn't be asking people for this. I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be doing that. But then it's like, you really need the help though, right? But then you don't want to ask. Oh, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. It's like, why don't you just ask people to help you, right? Whereas, like, you notice that when it comes to like our white counterparts, especially white women, right? Exactly, Ronnie. When it comes to like white women are really encouraged to cry out for help. And it's no dig. I'm just talking about how we're raised. Like, we're raised very differently, right? White women are raised to, oh, you should be asking, or it's okay to ask, right? They're encouraged to like raise money. Whereas like the here in America, they have like the Girl Scout. Hey, Ryla, what's up, beautiful? No, this is real, you guys, because it's a psychology, it's a mindset that I had to overcome, right? But it's like you notice that white women are really encouraged to be damsel in distress. And I told you guys this. I said, look at how, like, you look at the Disney movies like Cinderella, Snow White, Elsa, Little Mermaid, it's always a white girl doing something stupid, and a man he's gonna risk his life, risk his possibility of becoming a king. He's gonna put it all out there to save a white princess doing something stupid. You know what I mean? One over here, she messing with needles. Another one, she's in the forest, doing mushrooms with a bunch of dwarfs. This other one, she can't control her anger. This one, she's half fish, half human. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, so white girls, I believe, I could be wrong, but I do feel like white women early on are made to feel valuable. They're made to feel beautiful. They are made to feel as though it's like people should risk their lives for them, right? They are made to feel as though everybody should cater to them, to their feelings, their emotions, their whims, their desires, their whatever. So everybody always falls in line to come to the rescue of a white woman. Like, you have like Ellen of Troy. It started an entire war. The Trojan War started over a white woman named Helen. You know what I'm saying? So don't come for me. You know what I'm saying? Do not come for me. Do not come for me. I'm innocent. Right? But black girls don't have that. Like, we don't grow up in a setup where there are fantasies or romance stories about people risking their lives to save a black girl. No. There are stories of us black girls being enslaved, right? There are stories of black girls working for Thomas Jefferson and being sexually assaulted by Thomas Jefferson, right? There's like, when you read the stories of us, it's nothing but violence. Okay, it's nothing but violence. There's never anybody to come save the day. There's never anybody to come save the black girl. She's never made to feel like, oh, she's qualified, she's beautiful, she's worthy. Oh yeah, she's a little foolish, but I'll still go slay dragons for her. I'm gonna go across the globe for her. I'm gonna, nobody's gonna come slay dragons to save a black girl, right? And if anything, even when the black girl finds a way to make it, she still finds herself in a position where she has to cater to a white woman. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy like that. But our it seems like our entire existence is always to serve someone else, right? And it's never for us to be celebrated. And you don't realize it, like, because it's so ingrained in the culture, it's ingrained in the mindset, it's ingrained in dominant culture, it's so ingrained in you, you just do it. You know what I mean? You just do it. Like, there's that show, like the girls, like the Bells of Mississippi. I don't know. It was some show, some reality TV show, right? And one of the girls on there, she's black. It's a black girl. She's light skinned, and she brings her white friend to the crew. And the ladies it was a bunch of black women, and she was the only white girl. She didn't have to come, but it's like the ladies were talking about how they felt being black in Mississippi, right? And then the white girl starts crying. I'm like, what? Like, what are you crying for? Like, who did what to who? Like, why are you crying? Right? Oh, we white people, we don't hate black people. Oh, I'm like, what? She completely hijacks the moment. She makes it all about herself, how she's uncomfortable. So because she's uncomfortable, they should all stop talking about it. And it's like, no. You can leave. You can definitely leave, right? But it's like, even that expectation that, oh, if as soon as a white woman comes in the room, all black people pretend that you don't have troubles, pretend that you're okay. Like, oh yes, I'm so happy. When on the inside you're dying. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Like, that's something I don't do. I will never do that. I don't code switch for whiteness. I do not. I don't make myself uncomfortable for any white person's feelings. They're gonna be okay. Because the only reason why you're sensitive or you're crying, because you're trying to gaslight me, you're trying to censor me, and not just that, you might be ignorant. So I think if you were to know more about our history, you'd be like, wow, this is really awful. I can see why you feel this way. Well, thank you so much. That's so nice of you. God bless you. You know what I'm saying? But we're just not encouraged. We are not encouraged to believe that what we want matters, right? We're not encouraged to believe that who we are truly matters. We're not encouraged to believe that even if our ideas are silly, they are worth exploring, because black women always has to be in utility mode. Like everything you do has to have some measurable utility to it, right? But it's like a white woman could want to sell hair dye. A white woman could want to become a full-time artist. Like, oh my gosh, that's so amazing. That's so amazing. I support you. I support you. You know what I mean? But for us, everything we do has to be super concrete. It has to be super practical. It has to be like grounded in utility. Like, okay, like how practical is this? You know what I mean? Who's done this before? It's like, this is crazy. We don't get to dream. We do not get to dream. We don't get to dream. Now you see people doing a bit more on social media, but even those people, I promise you, mentally somewhere, they probably have a block somewhere, right? Because once you see the skin color, you're like, wow, what's possible for me? You see what I'm saying? And so one thing that I have found, especially being a business, like working for myself, is the fact that a lot of times you can be very afraid to ask for help, right? Because we feel like, oh, if I ask for help, I'm becoming a burden. If I ask for help, people want to say, oh, I'm begging, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Like I remember I had one person say, oh, Marlene, you're broke. And I said, yeah, girl, and you're broken. Okay? I'd rather be broke than to be a whole broken soul. Broke is a temporary thing. You can fix it. Okay? And when you pursue your dreams, when you try to build something for yourself or you try to build a business, you will have moments where you are financially challenged, right? It's for a set moment in time. Anybody who's investing into building something, a business, a house, or whatever, you're going to be challenged while you're in the building phase. But hopefully, if you did the right thing and you built like you built the right thing also and you got the right pricing, you will eventually come out of that. You know what I mean? So don't be afraid. But that's another thing too. Like people will use this whole you're broke thing to scare you into like working a job that you don't like or to pursue a degree that you know deep down inside that you hate. You know what I mean? Like the fear of somebody calling you broke or somebody say, oh, you're not who you're supposed to be, da 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 da, or you don't have it like that. The fear of that alone forces you to live a life that honestly makes you miserable. You know what I mean? And you got to stop caring about what people say. You have to free yourself of what people have to say. The guy who wrote Squid Games, for 10 years, he had that thing. He wasn't making any money. He had to go pawn his computer for $675. He probably felt really bad, probably really embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? But it's like today, you saw that like Squid Games was like #1 in 90 different countries. I think it's enough to this day. It's like they broke all the records on Netflix, right? But he went for 10 years without anything for the work he had done. And now everybody loves it. And now everybody's trying to pressure him to write part 2. He's like, no, I'm tired. Because it was too much. It was too much. You say, oh, hey, Odessa, it was too much. So it's like, F it. F somebody calling you broke. Who cares? And the funny thing is, the person who called me broke, when I first met that person, she was broke too. She was broke in an apartment, hiding behind somebody. I'm not even gonna say the person's name. She was in the corner, like hiding. And I was like, is that person okay? And then my friend was like, yeah, Marlene, she's just sad because they put her on the wait list. And I was like, oh, aren't you a woman of God? Why you letting these people affect you? Get up and pray. They're going to approve you. I will never forget that. She was hiding. You guys, she was hiding behind somebody because I was living in my other house because I just moved to New Orleans, right? The person was hiding. Fetal position like a fetus. Like with the hands in between the legs like this, hiding. Words couldn't even come out the mouth. And the little children were all around. I said, no, because me being a black woman, being a Christian, being a West African woman, if I ever encounter any black woman and she's down and she feels like she's less than, or she feels like people are trying to play her, I will always uplift you. Get up and pray. Get up and pray. So I was like, look at these people, Chad. I said, God, look how quickly people forget. You think you somebody. Girl, bye. Girl, deuces. I said, I'd rather be broke than broken. But don't you ever forget that one night when you was struck out there crying with your hands between your legs like this, who told you to get up and pray? It was Marlene. It was Marlene. Don't you ever forget it. I'm telling you, there's so many people, y'all. There are so many people I've helped. There's so many people I've prayed for. And then as soon as their stuff goes well, as soon as their stuff prospers, people act brand new. But there's a God, though. There's a God. And sometimes it can make you bitter. But then you recognize when you're prophetic and when when you have a calling over your life, you just got to keep doing it. Because there are a lot more women who also need help. And not everybody's going to be trifling. So let's keep pushing. You hear me? But I'm telling you today, like, don't let this whole broke thing, broke, stop you. Who cares? You can, even people who have it today, tomorrow they can be down. You hear me? You might be down today, tomorrow you're going to be up. And then the people who used to be up, they're going to be down. Life is like a revolving door. Life is like an elevator. And I've said this a lot of times. I say in a day, in 1 day, in 1 hour, in 1 minute, in 1 instant, God can change your life. God can change your life. And that's why as you go through life, you cannot give up your hope. You cannot give up because we don't know what day, what time God's going to show up and do something new in your life. And that's why you have to have hope, and a hope that never dies, a hope that never stops to exist, a hope that never stops to believe, a hope that never stops saying the things that you want. You will one day have those things. You will. You're not going to leave this earth until you get it. So don't give yourself anxiety. Don't give yourself anxiety. Don't worry about anything. Don't worry about anything. You see what I'm saying? Because God will provide. And that's why even the Bible says, like, oh, some put their trust in their chariot, some put their trust in the horses, some put their trust in their money. Marlene, I put my trust in the Lord. Because everything always solves itself. Like everything always figures itself out. It always will be to your benefit. All things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and who are called according to his purpose. Let me say it again. All things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and who are called according to his purpose. If you love God, it's going to work for your good. If you walking in your purpose, it's going to be for your good. So if you love God and you're working on your purpose, it's going to be for your good. Do you hear me? Like, y'all hear me well? Okay, thank you, Jesus, right? So don't be afraid. You see what I'm saying? But it's like there's a lot of people, like the young lady I was talking to, because we're from the same country, right? And she makes these cakes, right? And so I was like, but you don't have a website. And so she was telling me, like, the reason why she doesn't have a website, I guess because it was becoming a lot financially for her to pay for the website fee, right? And I get it. I understand. You know, it's not easy. The life of an immigrant ain't easy. And a black immigrant, good luck to you, okay? But I get it, right? And I said to her, listen, when you are in a building stage of your business, be shameless. You don't understand. Be shameless. Be shameless. Oh, I sure did. I said, if you have to drive Uber Eats to make money to grow your brand, do that. If you have to do Instacart, do that. If you have to go do Amazon, do that. Don't care about what nobody's saying. Nobody can, oh, look at her. It don't matter. It don't matter. The cicada was out here singing, looking at the ant like, damn, why you working so hard? The ant didn't respond. The cicada was out here making jokes. Look at me. I'm dressed up. I'm fly. I'm fresh, whatever. And the ants out there just working. You work all the time. Why are you hurting like this? Are you broke? But then the wintertime came. The wintertime, it came. It sure did come. The cicada, the flashy person had nothing. And the ant had a whole bunch. Now you knocking on the door for what? Why are you here? People gonna talk. Y'all gotta understand this. People gonna talk. That's what people do. Like, that's just what people do. You have to get to a point where it don't matter to you. You know what I mean? You have to get to a place where, like, you actually give nothing at all. Like, I give no F's. Like, I have nothing for you. That's why I tell people all the time, work on your mindset. Work on your mindset. Because people should not be affecting you. No one should affect your mindset. What people say shouldn't affect your mindset. It don't matter. Let people say whatever they want. If they want to run background checks on you, they want to do LexisNexis on you, that's the problem. Because they struggling with something. Only a person who's really hiding something tries to look for what other people are hiding. What is you hiding, sis? What exactly are you hiding? You know what I'm saying? Do not worry about trifling people. Do not worry about gossipers. Do not worry about people who slander other people's names. Do not worry about workers of iniquity. This is what the Bible says. Do not worry about these folks. They talked about Jesus, they're going to talk about you. Okay? They even talk about God all the time. They're going to talk about you. And when you start caring about what people are saying about you, it's your ego, it's your pride. If you're a Christian, if you're a person of faith, you got to kill that stuff. You cannot care. Because caring too much or even caring little about what people have to say is going to delay you from your destiny. You know what I mean? It's going to delay you. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Alonzo. Exactly. It's going to delay you from your destiny. It's going to delay you from your purpose. You know what I'm saying? Worrying too much about folks going to get you killed. Because one thing I've recognized about successful people, they don't care. They truly do not care. How many times have we told Diddy to go pay his artist? He don't care. They don't care. How many times have y'all told Future to stop getting people pregnant? They don't care. How many times have people told Nick Cannon to stop getting people pregnant? He doesn't care. Because he's going to keep doing what he wants to do. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, when it comes to your personal ambition, she says, Raisa, here goes another one. She's running from starting a hair business. You guys, Raisa makes wigs. She makes beautiful wigs. She's always made wigs for Gary. Where you been, Gary? My favorite white man. Okay. But Raisa makes wigs. Like, she makes wigs. She makes custom wigs, right? And to start, and I'm telling you, she's been talking about selling. She's been into the frontal closure since like 2014, 15. To this day, she doesn't have a website. I don't understand what's going on. I do not understand what's going on. I don't know what else to say, what else to do. She keeps running away from me, but it's what it is, right? I don't know why she's terrified. This is the weirdest thing, you guys. Like, there are people, let me just take a little like side note, right? There are people who get their hair done today. They know nothing about wigs, know nothing about hair. In 2 weeks, they already have a Shopify store selling bundles. Okay? Like, even when I was selling my bundles, she bought a wig for me, actually, right? Yeah, I used to buy a wig. But, like, even when I was selling bundles, I was selling, like, those wigs, she knew more about hair than I did. Like, it don't make no sense. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So, after all these years, you would think, she'd be like, oh, I know this. And she does. But she's afraid. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. You know, so y'all need to follow her and, like, press her to, I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't know. Just, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I guess it goes back to the problem I was having, right? That the topic of today's video, right? So the thing is, right? The thing is, you have to believe in yourself, you guys. You have to believe in yourself. And too many people are stuck in evil, stuck in unprofitable situation, stuck being unhappy because, oh, what are they going to say? What are they going to say? If you do it, they're going to say something. You don't do it, they're going to say something. So you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. So you might as well follow what your heart wants you to do. Yeah, join the Fear Crusher course. Exactly, right? Like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. So you got to go ahead and do it. You know, like, cause the thing with Raisa too, like, she has to spend like a couple thousand. It's not even that much, you guys. It's not even 5,000. It's less than 5,000. And she is freaking out. And I'm like, do you understand that you've made this money before? You've made this money before. You will make this money, and you will make this money again and again and again and again. Even if, let's just say it doesn't work. Even if it doesn't work, it's not that much money. It's not that much money. And if you buy the bundles, if you buy the closures and the frontals, whatever, and people don't buy them, then you wear them. And the thing about hair doesn't go bad. It's not produce. It's not like vegetables. It's not tomatoes. It's not onions. It's not meat. It's not juice, right? It's not produce. Like, it doesn't go bad. You know what I mean? So even if it takes you a year to sell it, you'll sell it. Like, why are you afraid to bet on yourself, right? But it goes back to what I was saying earlier, that Black girls are not trained, are not encouraged, are not motivated, right? Are not raised to believe that their ideas are valuable. You know what I'm saying? We're not trained for that. Instead, we are trained to believe that we need to do everything we do has to serve a hardcore purpose. And if it's silly, if it's new, if it's crazy, if it's artistic, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it makes it really, really bad. It makes it really bad for you. So you can have a great idea. Like yesterday, I was on Instagram, and the ladies, they're white women. Once again, these are white women, right? They have the business Rent the Runway. So Rent the Runway. I think it really became famous with like Sex in the City, but it's really for people who want to wear designer clothes. But it started off with the bags, right? Like it's people who want to wear. Hey Kevin, I love you back. I love you back, right? But Rent the Runway is really for people who want to wear designer clothes, designer items, but don't have the money, or they like to switch it up. So you rent stuff from the runway. You rent designers so you can flex real quick and then you send it back, right? So after 12 years of business, they are now valued at over $1 billion, and they are now on the stock market. So it's now a publicly traded company. So I was on this Instagram page of a company called BB Ventures. They are investors. They invest mostly in women, but mostly white women. Let's be honest. All their stuff is mostly white women and Asian women. But but I didn't say anything, but it's the truth though, right? Then they have like one black business or two. One is for hair and one is Mented Cosmetics. So I guess that's like their charity work right there, right? But it's like the majority of their investments is white women and Asian women, right? Because once again, Asian people have that special privilege of always being intelligent, and we black people, we dumb. So you know what I'm saying? So they were like, oh, like this is a big win for women. It's a big win for women for them to go public, whatever. And I'm like, it's so funny how when white women win, they think it's a big win for all women. No, it's a win for white women. Okay, it's a win for white women. Like I'm Marlene. I can't sit here and be like, oh, look at what these women did, so I can do the same. No, these are white women. Their realities are completely different, right? Like their success rates is different. The kind of support they get is completely different. White women have a different, like their setup is a whole lot different. You know what I mean? Even when they fail, there's so many people rushing to their rescue to save them. Like white women don't fail. They're like Superman. They don't fail, right? Because there's always somebody to get them more money. Just like the lady from Spanx, right? That she like did the whole thing. She sold her stake for like $1 billion to Blackstone, right? Like, oh, and then she gave her employees like $10,000 and first class tickets, whatever. These kinds of things are reserved for white women. Like you're black behind, and nobody from Blackstone. I don't care how successful your business is. There is nobody from a big, huge venture capital fund ran by a bunch of white men who are going to invest in you, the black women. Okay. So these are things that even when you see that, take it with a pinch of salt, because the reality of a white woman in business and the reality of a black woman in business are diametrically opposed. Diametrically opposed. You know what I'm saying? Just like when you're black, you're expected to be like cheap, right? And then when you're white, you're expected to be luxury. And that's when you try, and that's when you try to tell people about racism and systemic racism, like it's so innate in American culture that it's like it permeates everywhere. We don't have the same realities, right? So it's good power to her, but it's a win for white women. It's not a win for black women. And then even the picture that they took at the stock exchange, it's nothing but white women. Nothing but white, like the entire CEO, COO, CFO, COO, whatever. It's all a bunch of white women. It's the same cast. Whole bunch of white women being successful. Whole bunch of white women becoming billionaires. Whole bunch of white women being able to have their companies trade on the stock market. You're not gonna see those images for black women. You're not gonna see those images with Latinas. You're not gonna see those images with Native Americans. Do you know what I'm saying? You're not. Like it doesn't happen. Right? These are the realities of being a person of color and being in business. These are the realities, right? Exactly, right? But all that girl boss, whatever foolishness, it's for white women. It's for white women. They're the ones who can get like $80 million in funding for selling socks. They can get like $2 million. Like you go on that, what's that website I found where you could go and get the funding stuff, right? There was a white woman on there pitching socks. Okay, pitching socks. And she got these investors like Black Capital. I'm going to call it Black Oak Capital. I don't know. But they gave this woman $1 million in investment to sell some socks, right? You think as a black person, you're going to go to a white person and say, oh, yo, I want to sell some socks. I'm trying to get $1 million loan. They'll go ahead. You need to go sit down somewhere. That's not happening, right? But if a white woman wants to sell socks, or she wants to sell candy, or she wants to sell, like, I don't know, little paper trinkets, oh yeah, they'll throw money at her. She's white. Like, why wouldn't they? You're black. Why are you here? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the way it is out here, right? And that's why more and more black people need to be very sensible in, like, investing in black businesses, supporting black businesses, supporting their campaigns that you see black people do. Really support them, because the realities are really, like, they're very awful for black people. Like, yeah, like during the Black Lives Matter, you saw a lot of, like, investment fund pretending to care about black people posting, but once that stuff is gone, they go right back to their white habits. Okay, which is, we only fund and support white people. That's what they do. That's what they do. Like, I don't care. Even Rihanna, if Rihanna was not the megastar that she is as a black woman, she never would have gotten these opportunities. But because she's a black, because she's famous, right? She's famous. She's light skinned, biracial. You know what I mean? She got the green eyes. So she fits the kind of black woman they're going to help. Right? But how come they haven't come after Young Miami or JT or like Meg Thee Stallion? Why they don't come after the dark skinned people? Exactly. Call her daddy too, Alex Cooper, right? This is a young lady too, wasn't doing much with her life. She started doing a podcast talking about being a white girl, being all like sex with athletes in New York City. And now this other guy signed her, I forgot what his name is. He's another white guy. He has a company called Barstool. So he put her on, he gave her a little shebang, bang, 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 and now paid her like $500,000 to talk about being a white girl drunk in New York, having reckless sex with a bunch of people. And now she got a she got a 3-year deal with Spotify for $60 million, right? You know what I'm saying? But it's like, these are things that are reserved for whiteness. These are not for us. Okay, because I can tell you, Young Miami and Santana, they be talking all about the sex and being drunk. Ain't nobody finna give them $60 million to hear about a black girl having sex drunk. It's not happening. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna give Corinne Stevens, Superhead, a $60 million deal to talk about all the celebrities that she smashed. It's not happening. You know what I mean? Like, you've seen Tasha K. Tasha might be extra sometimes, but you know, Tasha do what she do. She's very consistent. But you're not gonna see a Spotify even give Tasha like a $1 million. Like Lovely T could get, she should have. Like 8 years or 10, 12 years, I don't know how long she's been doing this, but the kind of engagement Lovely T has, the kind of views Lovely T has, the audience that Lovely T has, like, what is it to Spotify to break $1 million check for Lovely T? Oh, I forgot she black. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? Like, she black, so it's not gonna happen for her. So some of these things like that, like, they're just reserved for whiteness. They're reserved for white women. So when you hear that term, oh, this is a win for a woman, like all encompassing word, no. In America, all women are not treated the same. White women are on a pedestal, and then everybody else comes after them. The closer you are to a white woman's complexion, the better you're treated. The more money you get, the more money you make, the better investor you get. The darker and darker you get, like the farther away your complexion gets from a white woman, yeah, good luck to you. It's gonna be peanuts out here. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing too, right? And that's real. That's real. But the thing that does give you courage, the thing that really does give me courage though, is that black people have money, right? Black people have money. Black people are today on social media. Black people are becoming more and more aware. Black people are consuming more and more black-owned stuff. You know, you have more and more black people who are becoming influent and affluent. So that does give me hope, because with the black culture, you can really go far, right? In different ways, right? But it's not going to come from corporate, because corporate America is white. It's mostly white men. And if they're not attracted to you, even though a lot of white men like to sleep with black women for jungle fever, but if they're not truly like attracted to you, they're not really going to invest in you. You know, if you have a profile that most white men will want to bang, then you're going to do very well. But if they don't want to sleep with you, don't want to smash, it's going to be really hard for you. I'm just being honest, y'all. I'm just being honest, right? But that's why you have black people and you need other black people. So the thing is, what I was going to say was, as a black woman, even as a black man, you know, when you have a dream, when you have a passion, when you have something that really means a lot to you, you know, if you need help, ask for help. Ask for help. You know what I'm saying? Like, even this week, I'll be very honest with you, like, because of what's happened with Nigeria, like issues there too. And then like, I'm like, okay, we have to press the B palette before certain things happen, you know. I had to ask people to help me. You know what I'm saying? Because my money was tight. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had to ask people to help me. And like, I have friends who helped me, and God bless them. Or my mom helped me. I have a lot of people who help me, because, you know, it's like I'm hardcore into like, it's like where I am, I'm at an impasse. I can't stop. The only thing I can do is go forward, right? But it's like to go forward, it requires money too, right? So I've been very blessed. You know, Jimmy's helped me too, but a lot of people have helped me in this season. A lot of my friends have helped me, right? And I don't feel any less about it. I'm grateful. Well, thank you, Jesus. Go, the least they were there, right? So feel very comfortable asking for help, because you're going to find yourself where you do need the help, right? You're going to find yourself in a position where you need support, you need encouragement, you need extra funding. You're not less than because you need help. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like, you're like, don't feel bad about it. You know, everybody goes through difficult times. Everybody does. Even people who seem to be super, super thriving and seem to have all kinds of money, there were parts in their lives where they didn't have it also. But you just didn't know about them then, right? You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it happens for a lot of people. It happens for millions of people, and you're no different, right? So instead of feeling bad about it, let that be part of your story. Like, hey, y'all, look at what I'm going through. This is the dream I have. This is how much money I need to get there. Can you please help me, right? And I'm like, a lot of people will come to your rescue. There was a young lady, she's a black girl. She used to be homeless, and she finally got her first apartment. She got her first apartment, sharing that on Twitter, like, yo, I used to be homeless, now I got my first apartment. And she was like, oh, she's about to sleep on the floor. And the people on Twitter, black Twitter, was like, oh, heck no, you're not sleeping on the floor. What's your Cash App? What's your Cash App? And it started a whole thread of people asking for her Cash App so they could help her buy things for her new apartment, right? Even Ronnie, there's a black YouTuber here. His name is Ronnie The Voice. Ronnie had moved also. He moved, and a lot of his subscribers asked him for like a wish list so they could buy him things for his apartment so he could, like, you know, decorate his new apartment. And like, he was really touched, right? So, like, listen, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people have reached places in life where they needed help. You know, don't be so prideful in the wrong direction that you delay a blessing, or you delay an opportunity, or you delay something big happening to you because you're afraid to ask. You know what I'm saying? I have another friend, she lost her house because she couldn't pay the rent, the mortgage, and it was like 2 grand. I was like, why didn't you ask me? Because even if I didn't, feel like sisterhood is really important, right? When you live your life, don't just live in isolation. I know a lot of people can be trifling. You know what I'm saying? I know sometimes it can be hard to, if you're a woman, to have friendship with other women, but I'm telling you, sisterhood is really important, because when you invest yourself in other people, when you care about other people, when you are a friend to a lot of people too, when you're in need, they're going to step up for you. You know what I'm saying? They're going to step up for you. So make sure that you also build a good circle, like a good network, a good circle of sisters, right? Yeah, sometimes we need isolation, but you shouldn't completely isolate yourself also, Gary. That's not healthy. Because if something, hey, Melissa, because if something happens to you and you are in complete isolation, nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to know. If people never hear from you, if something bad really happens, they won't even think to check on you, because, oh, well, he never talks to us anyway, so he's fine. And you could be like, you could be depressed. You could be sick. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? So like, sometimes you do need like personal time to yourself, but don't let it be like for weeks or for months or for years where like you fall off the radar. Because what if you do need help? What if you do need somebody to check in on you? You know, what if you are sick? What if you need a friend? What if you just want to talk? You know, like, it happens. Like, we're all people. You know, and sometimes you can isolate yourself for what you think is a good reason, but low-key, high-key, you're going through a depression. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're depressed. And the thing about depression, you can't go through it alone, because it's like sinking sand. It truly is like sinking sand. And then it's like when nobody comes into, like, it's like inertia. If nobody comes in to wake you up, you'll go deeper and deeper and deeper into your depression. You know, I feel like the best way to prevent depression, or the best way to cure your depression, is to be amongst people. Because they're going to force you to talk. They're going to force you to laugh. They're going to force you to talk about other things. They're going to force you to forget your problems. Like, oh, you know what, though? I mean, I know I was sad, but I'm not that sad anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? I thought I had it bad, but no, you got it worse than me. You know, so that's why it's good to have friends, to talk, to laugh, talk about the foolishness on Instagram, talk about the foolishness on Twitter, you know, be like, what? Share some crazy memes, you know, just to make you laugh throughout the day, so that like the problems of life, they don't just like weigh you down. Otherwise, sometimes life could be just too much for one person. It can be too much for one person. You know what I mean? Black, white, whatever. Like we all go through things, and it's like we all need. Yeah, just could just call on me, brother, when you need a friend. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on me. When you're not strong, ooh, I'll be your friend. Oh, I help you carry on. So just call on me, brother. When you need a friend. We all need, you know what I'm saying? Like we all do. We all do. Isolation is not healthy. Prison. Okay, you're not a criminal. So like isolation is not healthy. Like it really isn't. Like you have to share. You know what I mean? You have to share. And sometimes like also like if you dreams also like you might have, even though some people be trifling, but sometimes if you really have something that you're passionate about, if you have a business, oh, I sure will come through with the vocals, right? Sometimes if you have a business, sometimes if you have a dream, sometimes if you want to go back to college, you want to go back to school, it's a lot easier when you share and you have other people encouraging, like, yeah, you can do it. Like, I was speaking to somebody this morning. She's like, oh, Marlene, I'm like 48 years old and I don't have an education. I'm like, it's okay. You can always go back to school. They got so many schools. They have DeVry College. They got Phoenix College. They have so many schools out there. There's trade schools. There's so many things. So it's like, don't feel bad, right? Do not feel bad. There are so many things that as long as you wake up in the morning, it's a new possibility to do something better, y'all. I'm telling y'all, if I knew then the stuff I know now, I wouldn't be sad, because there's pretty much an answer for everything. You know what I'm saying? But it's like when you have dreams and they're really big and they're really hard and they're really difficult, like it's really, really nice to have people that you can share. Like, oh, you got this. I could see you doing this. I really could. This is going to be amazing, right? Like the young lady I was speaking to that's also from the Ivory Coast, because she's in DC. She's in the DMV. And I was telling her, right? Exactly. Just like what Gary's saying, right? You can learn all the time, right? And you don't have to. And it's not even just a technical, like a classical degree. You can have a technical degree. You can have a trade. You can have something that you're really good at doing that you just love, and people just love it, right? But I was talking to the young lady, and what I told her, because she lives in the DMV, I was like, I pray for you that one day your cake business will be just as big as Georgetown Cupcakes, right? But once again, these are two white girls, and trying to be funny, but these are two white girls who believe in selling cupcakes. And the cupcakes are great. They're amazing. Like Georgetown Cupcakes, the red velvet, ooh, child. The red velvet cupcake, the Georgetown cupcake is amazing, right? But it's like they did that. And then they had a show. They had a show on TV. That's how the name got really popular too. Because they had a series on, oh my gosh, I forgot what network it was. TLC, I think it was on TLC. I think that's where Georgetown Cupcake was. Like it was on TLC, right? But they're in Georgetown. They are in Bethesda, Maryland. They're in Silver Spring. Like they are really in the DMV. And when you go to Georgetown Cupcakes, like the lines, like serpentine, like wrapping around the building. And I said to her, you're going to I pray that you have the same destiny. I pray that your cakes, I pray that your cupcakes, whatever you decide to do, that one day you'll have your storefront. And just like Georgetown Cupcakes, there's going to be lines around the building. People going to rave about your stuff, and I say this to anybody that's watching me right, or you watch me later, whatever it is that you're working on, I truly pray for divine success over your life. I do. You know what I mean? Like, it's so funny because yesterday I was telling my friend, I was saying to Kumba, I said, oh, Kumba, I love you. She's like, oh my gosh, Marlene, that's such a weird word for me because in my family, we don't use that word. I was like, girl, I use the word I love you so much because I feel like a lot of, but you know what? And it's the same thing. Like, just like a lot of people don't get to hear I love you, a lot of people also don't hear people pray for them. A lot of people don't get to hear people say, you're going to be successful. You're going to be successful. You're going to make it, right? I pray for divine abundance over your life. Like, I pray that anything that you desire to do, that you will be you'll be a standard. Okay? Be a standard. Like, I see it. Like, I really do. That you're going to be successful. Like, everything that you're working towards, like, it's all going to make sense. I don't know when, But eventually it's all going to make sense. And when it does make sense, you're going to be so grateful that you believed in yourself. You're going to be so grateful that you invested in yourself. You're going to be so grateful that you had enough courage to start the journey, to continue on with the journey, you know what I mean? And to go through the journey, right? Believe in yourself, right? If you need extra money, if you need extra cash, do a GoFundMe. I'm telling you guys, right? Be shameless. I had a GoFundMe during like the quarantine season, right? I had a GoFundMe and people gave. It's still up actually, right? I just don't promote the link, but I had a GoFundMe and I think it got like 4,000 or something like that, So, like don't be embarrassed. You go on GoFundMe, you'll see all kinds of crazy stuff up there, right? I saw a lady, she was doing a GoFundMe to redo her kitchen for her birthday. And her friends gave her like $46,000 for her to do the kitchen. I'm like, this is crazy, right? You have so many places that you can raise money, right? So don't be afraid to let people know. You could be like, oh, I'm doing a GoFundMe for my business, so I need capital to start my business. But like if you donate, then I'll send you some cookies or I'll send you a card. It could be like, oh, if you do that for me, I'll send you something in the mail. Be like, hey girl, what's up? I love you. You see what I'm saying? So do not be afraid. Because part of having a business, part of like building a dream, you're going to have to raise capital. Everybody has to raise capital. Everybody does. Everybody does. That's part of the job description. Any CEO, you constantly have to raise money. Everybody does it. McDonald's does it. They look for more people to get franchises. Chick-fil-A looks for more operators. People in the stock market, they want to sell more stocks. People selling crypto are looking for more people to buy into crypto. People who do real estate are looking for more folks to buy real estate. Like that's the whole thing. When you're in business, you constantly have to raise money. So it's not a problem that's specific to you. That's just what having a business is. Like it needs money, right? And sometimes the money that you need, right? Yeah, exactly, right. Sometimes the money that you need will exceed what you can do right now. So you need extra help, right? You can have investors, but what people usually say is like, oh, friends and family. And one thing I have noticed, I remember one time I went to New York. And the guy was like, oh, but Marlene, like, how much do you need? And I talk about that in the money mindset course. This is exactly why I have the money mindset course, is to really like help you change your mindset around money. Okay. Change your mindset around money. Like, because I'm telling you, a lot of this is like, it's just toxic. Hey, Ladybug. And so when I went there, he was trying to raise. I was like, well, I would like to raise anywhere from 100,000 to 500,000. And then he said to me, well, if that's all you're trying to raise though, why don't you ask friends and family? And I took it the wrong way. I got really upset. I got really, really upset. Like, this fool, do you think, because I just felt like he was super privileged. I'm like, you really think like if I could, I would be here? You know what I'm saying? But looking back at it today, I shouldn't have had this attitude. I shouldn't have had that attitude. I shouldn't have been upset. I should have been like, you know what? I don't think it's possible, but I'm willing to try. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to try, because I'm like, I don't know what kind of friend am I going to get to give me that. But the reality is though, social media, you got mad friends on social media. You have way more friends than you realize when it comes to social media. And that's why it's important for a lot of people to start their channel. Not because you want to have 1 million subscribers or whatever, but just to grow your network. Just to grow the number of people that you know. Because the more people you know, God forbid push comes to shove, that's a bigger pool of people who can come to your rescue. But if you don't know anybody, if something bad happens to you, you're on your own. That's a bad place to be. That's a bad predicament. Right? So that's why a lot of people need to start their YouTube channel. That's why a lot of people should have like social media pages, right? So you can start building friendships with more and more people. Does that make sense? So I should have had a different mindset, but I was younger then. I was crazy a little bit, but I was like, what the heck? But now I'm like, you know what? I should have said, I didn't really think it was possible. I don't know if my friends got like that, but I'm willing to try, and today, fast forward, I think like 3 years, 4 years later, fast forward, right? I'm like, a lot of my friends and family have come through. So I'm like, they might not have like $500,000 to give me, but they got something to give me, all right? And God bless them for that. God bless them for that. You know what I mean? From friends, family, subscribers, like even people I don't even know. There are people who have given money to the GoFundMe that I don't even know. Why'd you get banned? Gary, because you be out here trolling people, child. You know you do. You be out here trolling people. And people don't like that because you be out here trolling Gary. Okay. So that's what you get, you know. But it's like, you know, you have way more friends than you know, and you can make way more friends than you know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to put yourself out there. You know, you got to put yourself out there. And not just that, you have to be shameless. And it's very uncomfortable. You know, at first it's very, very, very uncomfortable, right? But then you recognize that people who are successful in business, they're always talking about themselves. They're always talking about their businesses. Like they're always talking about what they're working on. And it's hard when you're not raised like that, when you didn't grow up like that, when that kind of behavior, honestly, is not really encouraged in the Black community. You know what I'm saying? It can be really hard for you to be this vocal. It can be really hard for you to be this bold. It can be really hard for you to be this audacious, because we're not encouraged to do that. Like, we don't go get a job, go to school, work, go to school, work. Don't ask for too much, right? Go to school, get your degree, work. Don't ask for too much. Oh, it can be really hard. You know, I always have to put myself out there. I always have to be in people's faces. I always have to tell people what I'm selling. I always have to tell people what I'm working on. Yeah, kind of. Right. But after a while, like, it's okay. Like, it's not that big of a deal. And after a while, people also will understand, like, yeah, this person works for him or herself. This is what they have to do. You see what I mean? And I think that's a lot of reason why, even like on social media, a lot of Black content creators, he said, not me. That's why a lot of Black content creators are not as successful as the white content creators, because the white content creators, the white influencers, they don't only do content, right? He said, I get banned for telling the truth. No, Gary, you be out here wilding. Okay. I remember you full well. Okay. I'm just a forgiving type, and I don't really care. Like, for me, I'm the kind of person we can like go at it. The next time, whatever. That's why I don't block people. Whatever. It is what it is. You know. But like, you know, a lot of white content creators, like, they'll create content. They'll make money off of AdSense, right? Then they'll have a Patreon. Then they'll have their merch that like come through under the thingy. Then they'll have events that they do. Like, you know, white content creators, they're always selling something. They're always selling something. They all gonna have merch. They're all gonna have like shows and tickets and this and that and products and collaborations. Like, they don't care. You know, where I think like a lot of Black content creators are very self-aware. They're very self-aware. They're afraid of being called greedy. They're afraid of being said, oh, why you want, like, you're always trying to sell something, right? So I'm like, a lot more content creators Black content creators should have merch. I think all YouTubers should have merch. All bodies should, like, it's not a big deal. You know what I mean? Like, you should. You should have multiple streams of income. You should monetize your platform as much as possible. Why not? It's a business. You know, I think by now people should understand that, like, social media, it's a huge marketplace. It's a huge marketplace, right? And if you love somebody, if you love a content creator, you should encourage that person to maximize as much as possible. Celebrities do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? I think even more the reason why LeBron, I think this is another reason why, like, LeBron didn't really like endorse the jab, because he didn't get paid for it. You know what I'm saying? Because he understands his power. He understands his influence. Like, he understands his brand. He understands his reach. So it's like, exactly, right? But I'm like, a lot of Black content creators should have more merch. They should have more merch, right? Like, you watch Aaliyah J, for example. She doesn't have merch like that. I'm like, why don't you have merch, Aaliyah? Why not? But it's like, I think being self-aware, like, oh, they're going to say this about me, going to say that about me. It's like, but why? You know what I'm saying? But why? But why? You know, do the merch. And have it like, there's a way to have your merch like under your video or something like that. Do that. You know what I mean? Because if people love you, they should understand, like, yo, this person has an opportunity. And if I had the opportunity, I would do the same. So let them do them. Like, I encourage you, do your merch. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of, like, you'll see a lot of white content creators, they have so many things. Like, they'll have their regular YouTube channel. They'll have like a posse YouTube channel. They'll have like a podcast YouTube channel. They'll have another Spotify deal. They'll have merch. They'll have books. They'll have products. They have endorsement. They have sponsorship. They take it all. Typical white format, greed, but like, they take it all, right? But it's like, Black people feel like, oh, I let me be content with just my AdSense check and like a Oh, thank you, Gary. I appreciate you too. You know what I mean? But a lot of us, like black people, we just like, oh, it's okay. I'll just take this little bit. I'll just be happy with like my AdSense, and I'll just be happy with like sponsorship whenever I get it. But it's like, but why? Monetize it. Yeah. No, I don't think she doesn't care. I don't think she doesn't care. I think she might not feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I think because I don't think she might feel like, oh, maybe it's like too much, or like they're gonna like go on me and go crazy. But it's like, okay, whatever. It is what it is, right? But if you have an opportunity, if you if you worked hard and you build your platform and it's over 1 million people plus, yeah, you should. Like, what the heck? You should. And you shouldn't feel bad about it. Because people mess with you, they're like, yeah, if I was in her shoes, if I was in his shoes, right, I would do the same thing. And to be quite honest with you, we should all have something we selling. Should. Because that's how the world works. It's like it's a marketplace, right? That's how we grow the economy. By selling stuff, selling services, selling your time, selling products, selling ideas. Like everybody should have something. You know what I mean? Everybody should have I was looking at Shopify because I want to open another store, my first store on Shopify. You know, but I'm like, wow, it seems like it's pretty easy to open a store on Shopify. I'm like, psh, more people should have a Shopify store. You know, so let me know if y'all want. We can have like a Shopify party. If there's some people here who are interested in starting a website, like to sell, you know, I could sell tickets to that. We could have a big old Shopify party on Zoom. But I truly believe like everybody should sell one thing. It's just one thing, okay? But I feel like everybody should be able to sell at least one thing. It ain't gonna kill you. You know, you can sell, you can at least sell one thing. Yeah, you know, maybe she needs like the right people around her, right? You know what I mean? Maybe she needs the right people around her, needs the right motivation, needs the right team, needs the right kind of friend, you know? Because sometimes it takes you being around certain kind of people for your eyes to open up like, oh wow, then I didn't know this was possible. You know what I mean? Sometimes it takes being around other people. That's why it's good to have like different people, not just like, oh, YouTuber friends, but all kinds of people from all walks of life to be your friends, to like open your eyes and stuff like that, right? I don't know, but I think maybe he wanted to be paid for that, right? You know, but it's like everybody should they can sell. Like you shouldn't be afraid of that. You know, you shouldn't be afraid to sell something. You know, you might make some, you might not make some, but at least you're putting yourself out there, right? You open your hands out to the universe, hoping you can catch something. Like you might catch something, you just never know. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. There's so many things people could do. So I'm like, everybody should have something to sell. You know, whether it's resale, I don't know, service, music, art, merch, events, balloons. I don't know, y'all. The world is a big old marketplace. So, you know, have fun. Have fun exchanging with people, exchanging services, exchanging money with people, right? So it shouldn't stress you out. That's why I'm teaching the money mindset course. So make sure you join the money mindset course. It's a membership. It's $20 a month. It's going to be really, really good. There's already content on there and there'll be more content. But it's really meant to like your mind, like, you know what I mean? Like your mind, you know, so that you're not afraid. I don't want you to be afraid of money. You know, I don't want you to feel like, oh, I got to pace myself because I don't, stop it. Go full force. You know, go ham. You know, and God's going to match your energy, right? Go crazy. Go crazy. Like, don't live in like, oh, I'm so scared. Like, I was talking to someone today, so, oh, if you want it. But let's be honest. What you going to do with $32,000 a year? That's no money. You still going to be struggling. Right? So you got to have other streams of income. Like your goal should be, how can I make $75,000 a year? Right? How can I make $75,000? So now if you already got $32,000 secured, now we got to go find another $43,000. So how can you make that happen? Selling stuff, you know, learning the trade, whether you even becoming a nail tech. These nail people be making money, y'all. These nail people be making all the money. Right? Because if you got one client coming in just for hands, it's $100. Like, so if you get 10, that's 1,000. You get 20, that's $2,000. That's, you know what I'm saying? Learn how to do the hair, right? Learning how to do hair, learning how to do nails, learning how to do like becoming an esthetician. You guys, there's so many things out there. You know what I mean? It's about making a decision, allocating the time. Don't feel like, oh, I'm broke. You're not broke. You're not broke. Your eyes are just closed. Like, This whole broke thing, I don't even believe in it. I just think like you're just not thinking in the right direction. Like you're not thinking about the right things. Like you're not thinking properly. So that's why you're struggling. But otherwise, this whole I'm broke thing, I don't think that's real. I don't think that's real. I think that's a self-inflicted situation. I think it's self-inflicted. I think somebody is broke, it's self-inflicted. It's exact. Don't sell your soul. I just feel like if you say like, "Oh, I'm broke, I don't have enough money," I think that's self-inflicted. You know what I mean? Yeah, like that's the hey, lady boss. That's just self-inflicted to me, right? Because you don't have to be broke. You don't have to be broke, but you choose to be broke. Like I really do think people choose to be broke because the way I see it, there's always always a way to make more money. Always. Even if it's an extra if it's an extra $500, even if it's an extra $1,000, even if it's an extra $2,000, right? There are always ways to make money. You know what I mean? There are ways to make more money. It's about being courageous. It's about being creative. It's about being decisive. It's about being consistent. You know, but you can have multiple streams of income. And also, there's no age to have multiple streams of income. Like you could be 22 years old and have multiple streams of income. Like the lady I was talking to today, she's like, "Oh, her daughter is really into hair." Like I'm like, "Yeah, but you should encourage her because she's 23." I'm like, if she's 23 and she takes the hair thing seriously and she's consistent with it, and then she sells something too, like hair or whatever on the side, by the time she's 30, she could be a millionaire. She could be a millionaire. A lot of hair people make millions. It's not a joke. From services to selling bundles to sorry y'all. My phone's gonna die pretty soon. From services to selling bundles, like 6 figures easy a year. Oh yes. I don't see why. So I'm like, for a young lady 23, given like if you do 5 to 7 year hardcore, just focusing on hair, yeah, you gonna make millions. I don't care what nobody says. You're gonna make millions. You know what I mean? You're gonna make millions. So encourage the young people to go after that. I'm telling y'all, if you're young and you're in college and you want to go learn how to do nails, you should. You should. Because it's only 6 months to get the nails license, right? Only 6 months. But either if you want to do the nails, that's one thing, or you can go on to open a bunch of nail shops and have people work for you and start a little franchise real quick, right? Y'all, there's money out there. There's money out there. It just takes like the mind to like, you know what I'm saying? Like go bonkers like that, you know? So this is today's video. I hope it was helpful. You know, join the Money Mindset membership, y'all. It's only $20 a month. I promise you. Well, you get 2 days for free. When you sign up, you get 2 days without being charged if you like it. There's already content on there, so you can consume the content. Okay? You can consume the content for 2 days for free. And if you don't want, after 2 days, make sure you sign out so it doesn't like charge your card. But if you want to, you can stay, right? You can stay. Because I'm gonna make way more content there too to encourage people, because you gotta pour into people to make them more courageous, because this money thing can be very, very scary to a lot of people. So I understand, right? So I look forward to like boosting you up. Okay. So join the Money Mindset. It's $19.99, so $20 a month. It's not that bad. For what I'm going to give you over there is truly not that bad, right? But if you don't join the course, whatever, be encouraged, right? Be encouraged. Don't give up. Okay? Do not give up. Maybe next Saturday, not this Saturday. Yeah. If it's not this Saturday, maybe next Saturday, I can do a small boot camp on raising money for your business. You know, probably like what, like $20 a person, but it'll be like raising money for your business, bootstrapping your business, where to look for funding for your business, how to sell your business to family, to friends, and things like that. So I could do that like next weekend. I could do 2 days. I could do like a weekday night, and I could do like bucks. So I can show you a whole lot of things about how you can raise money, things that you can do to raise money to get more money for your business. So please don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Okay, I'm going to help you. I really do want to help you, because I wish somebody would have helped me. Child, I wish somebody would have opened my eyes to like, Marlene, you're just not thinking about this the right way. I was like, what? You know, because it's one thing to be really good in school, which I was, but it's another thing to like be good with money, understanding how to pitch, how to get money. It's a whole different skill set that I didn't have. I'm still working on it. I'm not the best. I'm still working on that, you know, but you can also get started too. And then one day you'll be really, really good at it, right? You'll be really, really good. So yeah, guys, so that's it. Join the Money Mindset course. If the link is not in this video, check out 2 videos prior, like those fancy videos, and the link will be in that bio. Okay. So I'll see y'all soon. Thank you, y'all. Enjoy your evening. And I hope this video was helpful. Stop being afraid. Okay, believe in yourself. Stop being afraid to ask. If you need help, ask for help. People might say no. It's okay. It's going to be a no anyways, but don't be afraid to put yourself out there, and don't be afraid to say what you need. Okay, I'm Marlene, and I'll holler at you later. Deuces. Bye, my peoples. Love y'all. Got to love to love.